Welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz.
I'm Chris.
I'm Marissah.
I'm Scott.
And we're keeping you in the loop of the guitar community. This episode is brought to you by Stringjoy. Go check them out, stringjoy.com. They make excellent strings. They're great for different sizes, different gauges, trying, a wound G, customizing your sets. That's their thing. So make sure you get the joy, joy, joy down in your heart with Stringjoy. I don't think that's their slogan, but I think they could use it.
Oh my goodness. Maybe.
Scott, if you listen, trademark Diaz 2018. Is that how trademarks work? Can I do that?
That's how it works in the Office universe.
Just burn this episode to a CD and then mail it to yourself.
Oh my gosh. Oh my, I remember that. That's like completely not right at all.
That's not how copyrights work at all.
That's not how any of this works, guys. So, but I'm sure every person has heard that. If you write a song, just write it down in a letter, mail it to yourself. You've trademarked it because it's got a stamp from the government.
John, you can't just declare bankruptcy.
No, you just can't scream bankruptcy. I didn't yell it. I declared it. That's one of my favorite memes is the I declared it whenever it comes to like 4th of July. You can't just say you're independent. I didn't say I was independent. I declared it. Anywho, since we're not an Office podcast.
You should be.
Yet.
We could change.
Yeah,
Podcasts have done that in the past.
Once we get through the West Wing, then we'll move on to The Office.
Well, listen, what if we reenact West Wing episodes with
Like
the Office characters?
Ooh.
President Scott. Let's see.
I'll go for it.
Michael Scott's the president. Dwight is how am I blanking on his name? Josh.
Dwight's
Okay.
Josh? No, dude, just scrap the whole thing.
Yeah, no, because Jim would be whatever. Oh, you know what? Go on the podcast group. Tell
There's
us.
no way you're going to make Jim Sam either. Like, it's just not happening.
No, Jim wasn't going to be Sam. Jim was going to be Leo because he's the second in charge.
Assistant to the President of the United States?
So maybe Dwight is Leo. Jim could be Josh.
Getting there.
Because there's the Office romance. You've got Donna. Donna could be Pam, or Pam could be Donna.
Who would be CJ, though? That's like the crucial casting, because you can't just throw Angela there.
No, Angela would be close as CJ because the party planning committee and all that. I don't know. Okay, we need to get back on topic. Sorry. Welcome. I'm back this week, so we can get way off topic. So let's do what's new. Chris, I know you have something new. I know you do.
I got the, however you pronounce the brand name, Val something.
Velton.
Velton FA1 preamp clone. I don't remember exactly what they call it. It's behind me right now, and I don't feel like grabbing it.
I finally mailed it.
Yeah. So
Chris,
I got
if you're not holding it while you're announcing it on the episode, do you really have it?
Hold on, we can change
He's
that.
turning around.
Have you plugged it in yet?
Yeah, he's plugged it in.
Is it good?
Sounds all right.
Didn't you
What is
play
that?
with it before you sent it?
No, I actually did not plug it in before I sent it.
So compared to the other clone that I have made by Midnight 30 of the FA1, this one actually has a lot more like headroom. Because like middle of the road to like 12 o'clock on the Valatin is actually pretty close to unison from what I could tell. But like unison on the Midnight 30 is like 9 o'clock-ish, maybe 10. So you can really like drive your amp with that, which is not what I use it for. I'm sure other people use it for that, but I try to keep it like pretty clean and just have the little coloration that it provides.
What? So when that's based off of a Boss pedal, right?
Right, the Boss
preamp.
FA1.
So what, like, if you can think of like an ideal sound that has made, can you like think of one?
Anything the Edge is pretty much done, because I think this is one of the like always on things that he uses.
I should have like checked that. I should have actually
Yeah.
played it then. Dang it! I dropped the ball on that. So, did you get anything else?
I ordered one of those like, it's not a harmonica, but it's like a harmonica with keys. I don't remember exactly what they call it. It starts with an M.
The one that's got the hose that comes out.
Melodica?
Yeah, melodica.
Yeah,
Yeah,
melodica.
So-
Those are the most annoyingly fun things ever. Those are like whenever. What were the things that they did in soccer that they were blowing through the long
The
horn?
Vuvuzela.
Yeah, whatever that's called. It's kind of like that. Where it's like you like people are messing with it. You're like, that's really stupid and annoying. But if you got one, you'd be just as stupid and annoying with it. Well, my worship leader has one, and he'll play like the Office theme on it and stuff like that.
Ooh.
I'm just thinking of like when Jimmy Fallon does the like, they get a pop star in and they all cram in a dressing room and play the song on all those like grade school instruments.
Oh yeah,
Yes. Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's the only place I've ever really seen that used. But
No one's ever seen that before.
We should do that at NAMM next year.
Yes. You know what we could do? We could only use instruments from the booths that are like on the side wall.
Or
Like
the cheap instruments. Well,
All the like stocking stuffer instruments. So Marissa, did you get anything new this week?
Nope.
Well, you need to start spending some money. Chris, no.
Yeah, that's what
Man.
could be coming.
yeah, I think that might be what's coming, because we got a random shipping notification earlier for something, but all it was like the UPS tracking number.
You don't know where it came from?
It's coming from like Kansas City, but
JHS is in Kansas City, aren't they?
I highly doubt Josh like has my address and would just randomly send something.
We've made it, guys. Josh Scott is sending us random packages.
I mean, he has my contact information. Why is he not sending me stuff?
He's
Gosh.
intimidated by your height.
He's taller than me.
I know, but you're getting you're getting
getting
close on
close.
him. All it would take is a couple of lifts, and you've got him. You can take him. Scott, what's new with you?
Well, I literally just got it, and I'm holding it in my hands right now.
Looks great.
Yeah, can you hear that?
Yeah, show the viewers.
All those great clicky things. Yeah, I got a Prince of Tone from Analog Man in today.
Man,
Diaz is jealous.
that's one of my pedals that got away. That I sold and I regret.
I mean,
ever since.
You could always get a new one.
I know. I usually don't buy used or buy new. Very rarely do I buy new.
Yeah, this is like Analog Man's one of those companies that you can buy new because their stuff always sells out. And so like you don't really lose much, if anything, on
Yeah, you could always turn that, like the Prince of Tone, you could always turn it around and get exactly all of your
it's
money
not like
back.
a flip for money, but like at the same time you're not losing much.
I mean,
You basically get your shipping back.
You should just trade it to me.
Yeah, if only you had things I wanted.
Oof.
Oh, dang.
I've already bought it. I've bought so many things from you already.
I know. I still think it's funny. That's like I sold the Third Dimension chorus.
I almost
sold
bought that
that.
from you.
Yeah, but I sold it to Will LaHue, a listener. So we've kept it in the Effects Loop family.
Yeah.
From Chris to me to Will.
Yeah, I've got a stack of things sitting next to my desk right now that I just need to take a bunch of photos from and list. But a few of those involve keeping things in the family. But I need to sell stuff. It's just collecting dust. I've got a mini board and a big board, and then I just collected up the stuff. I'm like, I'm not using this. I'm not going to use it. Just let it go.
I've got a lot of pedals that I wouldn't say I'm a pedal collector, But I do have a lot of pedals that I don't use that I won't sell. That I don't really feel like making another board. I need to make a bass board for my son, but I really want to get the shelves and get them put up, the ones from IKEA.
Oh yeah, I've thought about doing that,
and just letting them, because a lot of the stuff that I won't sell is kind of like collector stuff. Like I've got the Pennington Pink Pelotar that I don't really use that much. I'd put it up and let it collect dust, and not collect dust in like a bad way, but I wouldn't never want to sell it. So, because there's only a few of those made, I think 12.
Yeah,
or 13.
I mean, my pedal shelf is almost entire of the stuff I didn't pack up is almost entirely dirt right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because like dirt stuff that you can just like throw in once in a while and play with, and you're like, hey, this is fun. Like nothing on my pedal shelf right now. I look at it and I'm like, man, this is bad. All of it's just stuff that's just not my daily driver right now, but at the same time is like, I don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the fun thing about drives too, is like you'll like grab a pedal and you'll be like, oh, I haven't played with this in so long, and you plug it in and you're like, man, I forgot how amazing this sounds, and then you'll use it, and then you'll do it with another drive pedal. Like drive section, like that's like the section on the board that most people rotate out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You usually have that one drive that you won't get rid of.
Yep.
And then you've got like a couple others or one other that you're like rotating in and out, getting different flavors.
Yeah, so like right now I just threw on I got my kilt back from my buddy who was borrowing it.
V1?
The V1.
Yeah.
And so that's sitting at I pulled off my big muff and I threw that in there because it does get fuzzy if I want to do fuzzy. And but I just love having the boost at the front end now of my chain, so I can boost my Klon, I can boost my Kalamazoo, I can boost my whatever. Because the boost pedal on my board right now is at the end of my chain for when I just need to pop in the mix a little bit. So it's fun having a boost at the front and back of my board now.
Yeah.
And I forgot how much I like the kilt. I don't know why.
It's always been a great sounding drive.
It's interesting because there's a few different kind of characters in there too, with the gain switches and stuff like that. So it has like okay, yeah, it's an overdrive, whatever. And then there's the sputtery, nasty thing that it does. So it's fun. Anyway, that's the end of my kind of what's new, other than I got some pedals back, but they're not like stuff I bought. It's just something I sent in for repair. And Leon Wright, you rock. Because he sent me back a pack of coffee that I really appreciate. Yeah, so that's everything I got. Diaz, What's going on with you, man?
So I got a couple of things that were pretty cool. I sold off a couple pedals. I sold the Time Factor to Aaron Abubo from the Gear Slum, who actually just messaged me about it. And then I sold the Chorus, the Third Dimension, to Willa Hugh, and I put that money towards getting an HX effects from Line 6. And I got a what is it? The Head Rush FR 2000 watt speaker. So the HX effects, man, that thing's killer. I used that this weekend at church. That was the only thing I ran with. I ran that with my Kemper, and I did the 4-cable method. So I didn't think I'd be so impressed with multi effects. But I don't know. I mean, I always wanted a Helix or an HX Effects and to try it out, and this was really cool that they did this. I mean, that they made it with just the effects, not having to worry about amp or anything like that. You can still load impulse responses, but
interesting.
I'm not sure.
Wait, you can put impulse responses on the HX Effects?
I believe so.
I thought the whole idea of it is it didn't have the amp and impulse stuff.
It doesn't have the amp. That's the thing.
Huh.
I don't know. I don't understand what the point would be having the impulse responses and not having like an amp
simulator. It could be the same as like cab simulator, like on the
Big Sky. Yeah. Huh. I don't know. But I haven't messed with that. But I did that this week. I used like 4 different, I guess they're called snapshots, which is all of your patches, all of your like pedals that you've got lined up. I used like 4 different snapshots this week. I kind of threw them together and it sounded great. Everyone on the team was like, they were kind of confused because I didn't have a big spaceship there at my feet. I just had this little box. And they're kind of like, what's going on? I said, well, I'm going to try this. They're all like, it sounded amazing. I didn't use any external drives, anything. I used all the drives on there. So they've got a killer, like, Timmy sound on there.
Now, were you running MIDI out to your Kemper then to change, like, Kemper profiles too, or no?
I can. I didn't do it, though.
Okay.
I can, though. And I need to start working with that. But I just used one profile this week.
Is on the HX effects, man, this is gonna be hard to say. The power on that, it comes with its own power supply, but like, can you have that on a normal board and use like a Voodoo Lab to power it?
It takes a lot of milliamps, so it is 9 volt.
Yeah,
but I've heard people, it's kind of hit or miss. So I know a guy who's running a True Tone CS7 and powers it with that. Says he doesn't have any problems. Line 6 won't really say which ones you can use, because then if someone has a power issue, they'll be like, well, you guys said it would work. I mean, it's not their product to say. So I actually just ran it with so on my my loom that I have, it's got 2 1/4-inch and a pretty much like an extension cable. So I just plugged it into the end, and just ran it like that. So I don't know about powering it. I'm not sure if I'm going to set up an actual board and use like my own drives, but we'll see what happens. I'm still like in this like weird phase where I'm just kind of like blown away by how good it sounded, and I want to like run with just that, just to kind of prove that I can do it.
That's fair.
But,
yeah,
it's
one of those arguments, like, if you can't get it done with just those two, what more do you really need, right?
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest things, I was really nervous. So Jamie Davis, he's a listener. He's the one who I've always talked with about Helix stuff. He came to the Summer NAMM house and all that and hung out with us. He asked me, he's like, what was the thing that surprised you the most? I told him, I said the drives. Like, that was the one thing that I thought that I'd really just have to get my own drive pedals to get a good sound. But I'm just really shocked at how great it sounded all around. I knew one of the big things is they've got the editor for PC and Mac. And that just made it so much easier, just copying, pasting stuff over. You've got so much that you can adjust. Adjusting on the fly with it is, once you get it, it's pretty simple. Like, I was able to adjust things on the fly with on Sunday, and that was only with a few hours of messing with it. So
nice.
It's a fantastic product. I mean, Line 6 has been killing it lately with all the Helix stuff, and all of their new products have just been great, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it looks killer. I haven't been able to fully wrap my head around making a leap to something like that yet. Especially after I will call it a failure with the MS3 to really wrap my head around it.
Well, the MS3 and the HX effects, stuff like that, they're totally different things, because the MS3 has multi effects. It has, like, you can add effects and stuff like that.
The MS3 has a mode like that too. I mean, it has a stomp mode, but at 4, I think it's, 4 push buttons, it just doesn't, it's not flexible enough.
One of the best things about it, and this is the thing I said about the Helix LT, is the scribble scripts. Like, I can see what it is.
Oh, nice.
Tells me what it is. Like, I like that, because what you do is you've got your snapshots. You got 2 different modes. You got you're like going through your banks of your snapshots, and you click on the snapshot, and if you hit mode again, it brings up 6 of the 9 possible blocks that you've got. So you can turn on those blocks and adjust those blocks individually as you want. So, like, I had a clean sound, but whenever I went into the block mode, I had a drive and a boost on there that when I click on it, they're not active. But if I go into block mode, I can click on them and activate them if I want to. So it's honestly like having multiple presets of different pedal boards. And I mean, they've got so many different effects to pick from. But we could probably talk all day about that, but we can go into gear news.
Ooh, let's do that.
Gear news. Yeah, let's keep moving instead of me just sitting here talking. So Boss announced 2 new Waza pedals. They came out with the DC2, or not the DC, sorry, the Dimension Chorus, the Waza 2 of it. So that's the DC2, right?
DC2W.
Yeah, that's DC2.
Yeah. Sorry. DC2W, and then the MT2W, which is the Metal Zone, which was, we were talking about it in the pre-app, and I think we'll talk about it now. So the DC2 reissue, the Waza, fantastic idea.
Yes.
It's a coveted pedal. It's a pedal that's been copied. I mean, TC Electronics did it with the Third Dimension. It's a mainstay in the chorus world. That's a good call. Now the Metal Zone is the biggest joke in the pedal world, almost.
I mean, what we were talking about this before the show, that it's awfully convenient that all the YouTubers did their Metal Zone video 2 weeks ago to suddenly drum up all this interest.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's my conspiracy theory I'm going to spread on my podcast there.
20 YouTube demoers come out with why the Metal Zone isn't as bad as we originally thought it was.
Mm-hmm. And then suddenly, hey, here's our awesome new version with a more modern voicing mode.
It still sounds like a Metal Zone.
Yeah, it does the Metal Zone thing.
Sorry, my creaky door. Sorry, Scott.
I'm not
It's
editing it. It's
Halloween.
Chris.
It's spoopy.
I'm gonna get that WD-40 out.
I mean, I'm not the one living in a haunted house. You are.
That would explain my luck recently.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Anyway.
What were we? Metal Zone.
Metal Zone.
Metal Zone.
Metal
Metal Zone.
Zone. So I think what's cool about the new Waza Craft Metal Zone is they added the new different voicing modes, because it's always been a pretty extreme EQ device
Yeah.
to get that like heavy mid scoop. The other
Scoop
kind of
the
fun thing on their,
mids.
did you guys go to their website and play around with their like twist the knobs, and
No.
like they had a live thing where you could like move the pedal around while like Rabir Masad was like playing a riff?
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I went to the site, but I didn't get past the main Waza page.
Yeah, definitely check that out. So good job, whoever was in charge of that. The ghosts are coming to get you again, Diaz.
I know. My wife's leaving. She said she's sorry. To all 4 of you listeners,
Hey.
she's sorry. She's blowing kisses.
We have dozens of listeners.
Tens of
I'm sorry,
listeners.
all you tens of listeners. And there's the dogs. Oh my heavens! Please edit this out.
Nah.
Gosh.
When we record this late on a Tuesday, I don't think anything gets edited out, buddy.
Yeah. All right.
Not. So keep going.
So, I don't really want to get much more into the specs of the Metal Zone, other than the other thing they say is the lower gain settings sound better. I can't confirm or deny that.
I mean, that sounds like something that would be said for a high gain pedal.
Hold on. So what was the what's the price point on these?
The don't trust the music radar pricing, because it was weird. And now we all do a mad rush to Sweetwater to see how much it costs.
I'm actually just closing and opening a window a bunch of times, so it sounds like I'm rushing over there.
Click.
Waza. Dimension C is $229.
It's not horrible.
Metal Zone is $149.
Okay. That's what I was worried about. I was worried about the Metal Zone being like, because all the
$300.
Wazacraft stuff has been high priced. I mean, not high priced like overpriced, but it is up there on the Boss price scale.
On the Boss price scale, yes, but compared to its competition, it's about right.
No. I'm saying on the Boss price scale.
Yeah, because like the SD1W, the BD2W, the DM2W, those are all 149 as well.
Were they?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I think they were more than that?
I remember the delay, the DM2 being a little more expensive, but I think
the prices kind of went down. I don't think that was their initial price.
That might be true. And then because the CE2W and the VB2W are both sitting around $200. So yeah, this stuff's not crazy priced right now at all.
So if for Waza on the Wazacraft stuff, what's a pedal you want to see from them?
I think we all agreed on the slow gear.
The slow gear would be awesome. I want to see a Boss PH1 W.
Oh yeah,
that'd be pretty. Or like or maybe a PH2W.
Something cool with flanger, maybe. Like, but at the same time, I don't want a classic flanger. I like all the weird interpretations. So
well, that could
then
be.
You just
cool
need
for,
old blood noise
W.
endeavors. Yeah. Huh. Okay. And then we've got Scott. Why don't you talk about the Dark Glass? Oh,
you're hopping around on me here.
What? Oh, whoa! I missed one. Oh, gosh darn it. Well, the Helix Stomp got announced this week. So if you don't know what that is, I mean, a lot of people have flipped their lids over it. So the way the Helix line works is you've got the Helix came out, the Helix floor and the Helix rack came out, and then the Helix LT. So it started getting smaller, and it kind of fits with the Boss, or not the Boss, the Line 6 M series. You got a big one, medium, small.
Yeah.
And then they came out with the HX effects, which is just the effects. It doesn't have the amps in it, which it still has impulse responses, but it doesn't have like the full get up of a Helix with the amps and everything. And then a lot of people were like, man, I wish we had one that had all the amps and everything. So Line 6 listened, and they came out with the Helix Stomp, which is a fully functional downsized Helix. There's
you are got 3 buttons. A number. Yeah, you're compromising a few features. Yeah. Like you don't have as many loops internally anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You only get 6 blocks instead of 9. So you only have room for 6 effects, and some of those are
8,
taken away.
But I could be wrong.
No, it's 6.
Okay.
And then, but you got to understand though, a lot of these, you don't. When I've been using the HX effects, I use almost all 9 every time because I'm adding usually a compressor. Sometimes I add an EQ, but with a 4 cable method, I automatically lose a block for a send and a return.
Oh,
so that's got to be put into my chain where what goes in front of the amp and what goes in the effects loop. So that's one.
But with this, you wouldn't necessarily need to run an effects loop because you're doing amp modeling already in it.
Yeah. So you kind of get out of that. So you don't have that. But then there's just, if you want to run a volume pedal, there's a block. Unless you do it before your drives and everything, which I like my volume pedal after my drives.
I would agree.
So there's one block. So on there, you're down to 5. Then you've got a delay and a reverb, almost always on. So that's you're down to 3. If you want to use a boost or a drive, you're down to 2. Like it kind of dwindles down, and it only has 3 buttons, but you can have an external switcher. You can do like MIDI. You have MIDI. You can control it with MIDI, but you also can put like a 2-button switcher that can bank up to your other 3 blocks. So it's pretty cool. But it's got the $600 price tag, $599, just like the HX effects.
Not too terrible.
Which is not too terrible, but a lot of people have kind of been like, I don't know. A lot of people were upset with the price at first. I think now that I've talked about it, I'm not too upset with it. I don't really, with having the Kemper, I don't see a need for it. But Jamie Davis is like stoked beyond all belief. Yeah. I guess it's really good for using on a pedal board.
Yeah. So I'm actually looking at one.
Oh snap!
Yeah, because here's my thought process on it. I run my amp sim off this, and I run a tremolo and reverb. And it's just like, I know, and I just throw it on a pedal board and nothing's different.
The only thing like I don't really care about it is, I don't know, maybe it's because I've had the Kemper, so I'm kind of spoiled in that. Everyone take a drink. There's only so many amps in it.
Well, it's growing, but yeah.
I mean,
and you also have the IRs that you can add and things like that, but
yeah, I mean, but it's good. I think it's a really good product they came out with. It's sticking with the line that they're pushing.
Yeah. And it's also got like headphone out and USB connectivity, so you've got those little added extra features that, like, I'm guessing the HX effects probably doesn't have like headphones, as it doesn't have amps in it.
I don't know. I haven't looked. I don't think it does. Well, it's really good too. I've seen a lot of people, because now I'm in the big old Helix group because I crossed to the dark side, and a lot of the people in there are like, they're excited because they travel for work. Mm-hmm. There's a guy who's like, I drive trucks and I don't want to bring the whole Helix floor with me, this big old thing. I've got this small little package that I can mess with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's good. We'll see how it. I was surprised. I thought maybe it would knock down the price of the HX effects, and I was gonna be kind of mad if that happened. Right? Like, I think they announced it like the day that my HX effects arrived, or like the day before. No, it was the day I ordered it. I ordered it, and then they announced it. Because my HX effects came overnight.
And be like, cancel.
Yeah. No, I saw that was like one of the things when I was ordering it. I was like, it said we can have it delivered tomorrow. I was like, oh gosh.
Okay.
I was like, please do. The least amount of waiting. That was great. So now we're gonna move on to the dark glass stuff, Scott, since you know about that.
So dark glass, we were talking about before the show, how to kind of think about this. The Microtube series is kind of known as a preamp pedal for bass players. So what you have here is you have the Microtube X and the X7, which are both sort of preamp drive circuits, but the X7 adds a bit of has a 5-band EQ circuit on top of other things. It's got 5 sliders on it. So it's got a full EQ circuit and a number of extra features built in based on top of the Microtube's X. It's a bit of a downsize from the old version that Dark Glass was offering, and so it's a much more compact. It's just a regular size pedal for the most part on the X, and the X7 is about the size from the looks of it to the KTR or like the Kilt comes in. It's that like kind of almost double size pedal, but you know, you can it's upright, so it's not as big. So it'll be very pedalboard friendly.
Oh, not my dogs. They look really good. I mean, it's a simple X graphic. It's a nice silver and black. I think they look really cool. I like them. And I love the graphic EQ. I think, what was it, J-Rocket put out graphic EQ on their pedal. I love the slider knobs.
Yeah, I kind of like the sound of them too. They sounded decent.
Do they light up?
The sliders, yeah.
Are they silver? They do? On this?
Yeah.
Sweet. I like stuff that lights up too. Yeah, I'm 12. Back off.
So yeah, that's the I don't know what more to say about it other than, you know, listen to it, make sure the drive's right for you. It's got XLR outs and all those kind of effects.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and Dark Glass, they're just known for making great stuff too.
Yeah, it's really good sounding. I know a lot of people are really sick of the way like a Sans amp sounds, the bass driver DI sounds. They want something different. So this is definitely a nice opportunity for it. And frankly, the price isn't too unreasonable. It's very comparable to what a Sans amp is new.
Yeah. And then Source Audio announced their True Spring Reverb. That looks really cool. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, man, I don't have anything to say on it. I'm not a spring reverb guy.
Spring Reverb it's making a comeback. And I blame it on Ryan Burke.
Single-handedly doing it.
Well,
Single-handedly
it's definitely the
making
60
spring.
cycle hum, the whole will it drip stuff is definitely around that. I think it's also happening independently of them. I mean, it's not 60 cycle hum that suddenly blew up the Boss FRV1 resale market and things like that. I think there is an independent desire for a lot of this stuff because you're seeing reverb shoot up everywhere. So part of it might just be people are now getting tired of the Hall and shim verb kind of things and wanting to go back to something a little more real sounding or original sounding.
Yeah, the shimmer thing's kind of, I think it's dying out. I remember when the blue sky was on everyone's board, then the big sky came out and everyone had that. And now it seems like a lot of people are moving away from that. They're not just getting back to normal reverbs, but they're expanding out of just the shimmer stuff. But yes, this pedal is great because, so it's got 3 different engines on it. It's got a short, a long, and a tank, which is an outboard spring. And that's where you're going to get that nice drippy sound. And really, Source Audio on their Ventress was one of the first people to really like hit that drippy sound well. And this also works with the neuro editing systems. So you can use your phone, you can use Apple or any Android. And then they've also got a desktop editor. And I think this will be great for that because you can go on there and you can add tremolo to it. So it's not just a reverb, it has some tremolo on it as well. And it's got a lot of control. It's got an external tap tempo. And so you can change the tremolo rate. And it's got different subdivisions, stuff like that. It's a lot packed in this little pedal. And it's only $229.
That's a good price point. I mean, really considering I think we've now kind of hit that point where a lot of effects are no longer going to be at the $200 price point. We're going to be moving into the $220 to $230 just because stuff gets more expensive with time. So, I think you're going to start seeing anything new from a lot of companies are going to start hitting that $220, $230 point. So this is right in line with a lot of other stuff out there. Yeah. Or what will be coming as well.
Yep. And then last but not least, maybe not least, is Tech 21 announces the signature fly rig for Rammstein's Paul Landers. Why? I expected his name to sound more German than that.
Well, probably if you hear him say his name, it will sound more German. Like we're just we're
Like
just
he's
saying
gotta
our
yell
like
it?
Americanization. Oh, it's Paul Landers. Whereas
He's
like you put a German accent on it, and suddenly it might sound.
He always sounds like he's yelling. He's like, it's Paul Landers. No, dude, calm down. I just needed to know what your name was. So Tech 21's done quite a few fly rigs. And these are pretty cool. These, I don't know. I see a lot of like middle-aged guys doing these. There's a guy that I'm friends with. His name's Jim Moody, and he lives in North Carolina, I think. He's wherever Winston-Salem is, North Carolina. And he plays with one. And I don't know. A lot of these, I've heard them and they sound great.
Yeah, they do. I got a guy at church that uses them.
Like it's honestly like, I mean, Tech 21 makes good stuff. That's no question about that. But it just seems like when you put a certain like you've got multi effects where you can choose different like drives and stuff like that. But when they're just like, nope, you get this drive, you get this boost and this delay, and that's it. You're kind of just like, I don't know. Sometimes it seems like it's tough to pull sounds out of that. But I've heard a lot of people do great sounds with them. Now, I don't know if Rammstein is the band that I wanted to sound like, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that you can buy their rig, like, really easily and simply, if this is what you're really after. Like, think about how many of there's the Anderton Sounds Like videos where they're like, all right, for this budget, how can I get as close to the sound as possible? Like,
they did one on Incubus, man. I was like, it was like
you took
30
the words
minutes
right
long.
out of my mouth. I was about to, like, if they made a Mike Eisinger fly rig, you and I would both be clawing after it, right?
Dude, I was about to Google just to make sure they didn't do it, because if they did, I was gonna buy it. I need delays. I need phasers. I need some good dirt. I need an octave up and down, or I need an octave down. Oh my gosh. Now, by the way, one of the snapshots I made, the first one I made was, pardon me, I found an auto swell. That was like one of the first things I did. I was like, phaser, delay, reverb, auto swell. Let's do this. But yeah, so it's got 2 channels. It's got, they actually put it in German. It's got Führer, which not Führer. You gotta read that. I don't know.
Just means,
and then
it means fire and water are the 2 settings.
Is that what it means? Okay, that made it less cool, because it just sounds kind of like
what?
And
then they just need to release a separate fly rig that's air and earth.
And then if you put it together, you can do an Earth, Wind, and Fire cover band. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry.
If anyone caught the reference I was making, comment in the group.
Was it The Last Airbender?
Nope.
Captain Planet?
Give you a hint. I have tickets to see them on Friday.
Taylor Swift.
What?
Bryce did 2 EP albums where they did Fire and Water together and Earth and Air together.
I never listened to Thrice.
You're missing out.
There's a lot of people who've been they just released a new album, right?
Yep.
It was like
2 or
really
3 weeks
big.
ago. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. I probably need to actually listen to it. That's a band that I haven't listened to, only because I just haven't listened to them, not for any particular reason. But
I mean, there's a lot of range to what they've done too. So I mean, there's a chance you might not like their new album, but you'll like something from older.
I just need something that makes me get crazy, kind of like Limp Bizkit used to.
Yeah.
Get your blood pumping.
Throw on Fire Breather by Thrice and see if that gets you going.
Okay, all right, ADD, we're getting off topic. Has anyone else seen the video for the girl the lady who's reading, are singing her kid to sleep, and she sings the song Firestarter?
Oh, like,
I am the fire starter. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. I need to set a reminder tomorrow to post it, so when people go in the group, they're like, "What is going on?"
Just hit the delay send or delay posting button when you're posting.
I keep forgetting I can do that.
Yeah, it's way easier on your desktop. So now that you're using a computer.
Oh my gosh. All right. So, but I'm distracted. But yeah. So Sanzip looks good. Looks cool. I'm gonna go find some videos and listen to it and kind of see what happens. But let's see. We've got to do our topic this week.
Yes, we do.
What our topic is? So Marshall released, or they did like a press release. They made a beer designed specifically to be enjoyed with music. So I guess that got under some people's skin. Not saying any names, Scott. And he chose our topic this week as dumb guitar stuff and guitar lifestyle brands. So I just love how it just started with dumb guitar stuff. So we've all been to Guitar Center or Sam Ash, or I mean, if you're from the past, you went to Mars Music, whatever. And they always have that section that's kind of like the as for seen on TV section in Walmart. It's got the random stuff that you don't need, but you will buy anyways because you just spend money. Like they've got like the Fender or like the Stratocaster cutting board. They've got all the, like they got the necklace that holds the guitar pick. They got all these random things, all the different coffee mugs and the playing cards. And I actually like that stuff, but I also like the as seen on TV section at Walmart. I think it's pretty cool. I like seeing fun stuff like that.
Yeah, if it's interesting, it's good. But how many more like designs of T-shirts do we need and stuff?
It's true.
Yeah, I want to get the T-shirts like that are Fender, but they look like they're designed by Ed Hardy. So people know that I play guitar and I'm a douchebag. Scott's being real quiet. Is Scott still there?
I'm still here.
He's fuming. He's waiting for his turn. All right, Scott. How about you tell us how you feel about this?
It's dumb.
Oh my gosh. It's Scott's 2 words on the topic. It's dumb.
Yep.
So what's dumb about it, Scott? Let's just dig into your feelings.
Okay. All right.
Where on the doll did Fender touch you?
I have no problems with Fender stuff.
Okay, so Marshall.
Okay.
Marshall's also, but Marshall's getting a little crazy because do you remember they had the remember the Marshall? They have the mini cooler.
Yep.
Yeah.
The mini freezer or whatever, mini fridge. Like those were in. There's still one in my Guitar Center. I think the price keeps dropping because no one buys it.
Probably.
But Marshall did the Bluetooth speaker, which a lot of people liked.
Yeah, which
I
is
guess
cool.
It's very expensive for what it is.
I think it's very overpriced. And then Marshall also did the phone. They had a phone.
Yeah, I mean Fender did a phone too. Remember
No.
the Eric Clapton phone?
No.
What?
No.
You guys not remember this?
No, I think that's a dream you had.
No, that's a thing. I'm going to post that in the group.
Yeah. There's no Fender did a phone.
Yep.
Who they release? What was it, like their own brand, or like who did they release it in conjunction with?
It was an HTC My Touch
Oh my gosh, there it is.
Fender edition.
You just hear Marissa, oh my gosh, there it is. It's like she found Bigfoot.
Yeah, Google Bigfoot real quick.
The
It was
Bigfoot of
T-Mobile.
phones. Oh, that makes sense. I don't know why T-Mobile makes sense, but it does.
Why do you have a problem with T-Mobile?
No, but T-Mobile T-Mobile has they do a lot of gimmicky things.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like they do a lot of like different things that are not they're not your normal cell phone provider in my opinion. Like the free Netflix like that, and I know I had a employee who worked for me at T-Mobile, and like they gave him so many points for stuff every month, and
I have T-Mobile. They give you free stuff every Tuesday.
oh, that's what it is. Yeah, every Tuesday. What do you get for free today, Scott?
Let me pull up the app.
The new U2 album.
Yeah, no choice.
No.
They just download it right on your phone.
That album's still on my phone.
I listened to it
know
like
what?
once, and I remember being like, "Yeah, that's okay," and then just moved on.
The only thing I have with the that I don't like about the album is because like if I'm pulling up my music, I just pull it up, and then if it happens to land on one of those songs, I just have a guy hugging another guy on my phone randomly. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but when you're sitting next to your pastor and you have to like explain really quick, you're like no, you two teamed up with Apple and snuck in my house and put this album on my phone without my permission.
Oh shoot! Buy one
Scott's gonna
get
get something
Three
for free.
Musketeers. Buy one get one on Three Musketeers bars is one of the coupons I got today.
Do you like Three Musketeers?
I do, but I can't eat candy anymore, so I will send that over to you if you want it.
No, I don't like Three Musketeers.
Anybody else?
It's a weird one.
Carters? Takers? No?
No.
All right, if you're looking for Free Musketeers, just
Go back in
info
time
at the effects
and,
loop.
yeah.
email the effects loop at gmail.com, and Scott will get that sent right out to you.
Redeem by October 28th. Yeah, first person
Yeah, you got
to
time.
email our group for it, I'll send the coupon.
Oh my gosh. Some places give out swag, give out stickers, stuff like that. No. Buy one, get one free. Three Musketeers bars. There you go.
We've given out tons of stuff already.
Yeah, so why
that's true.
stop where we were? Let's give out candy.
Yeah. Talking about dumb. That's our dumb gimmick. That's
Okay. To focus back in on the topic, because there are two guitar companies people seem to be very frustrated with right now. Gibson and Marshall. And in the process, both companies have ceded ground to another player in the market. You have Friedman kind of killing it right now, coming in and making basically Marshalls better than Marshall builds them. And you're having actually pretty much anybody building a PAF style Les Paul or Gibson, whatever, and then everyone's getting mad about them and they're losing market cap. And both of these brands, this is the same thing I'm seeing on both of them, is they seem more interested in becoming a lifestyle brand than a guitar brand.
I'd agree with that, but I think that they're also trying to like diversify on what they're offering.
Yeah.
And I mean, the whole thing is if you can capitalize on more revenue, why not do that?
Well, and that's
because
what
a lot of these
Fender
products,
Fender's doing it well because it's not whatever it is that they're doing that is different. It's working way better with Fender. Where like I'm not mad that Fender makes it in your monitors, or they're making a new pedal lineup, or it makes sense for Fender to do it to me. But why do I like when Gibson starts doing their stuff and like trying to hustle their brand all around? Why am I getting so irritated by it?
I don't know. Maybe you just don't like Gibson for some reason. I don't know. I mean, if you can't afford a Les Paul, get a Les Paul keychain.
Totally the same thing.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. If they want to side hustle on this other stuff, I say go for it. I mean, I don't buy a lot of this stuff, but I think it's pretty cool. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that, I mean, if I had stupid money to buy stupid stuff, if I was like a kid and didn't have to worry about paying my bills, yeah, I might get 4 Gibson beer steins or beer mugs, whatever. I don't know.
So if why am I blanking right now? So if Boss started making a soda, you'd be all about it?
As long as it wasn't a Metal Zone flavored soda. I mean, I might try it. I think Marshall making the beer, I think that's crossing into the stupid. I agree with you. That's kind of stupid. But who's making the actual beer? Is it like a Marshall branded beer, or is it
William Brothers Brewing Company? I'm trying to remember what else they make.
Is it in England?
I'm looking it up. Scottish family-owned microbrewery.
Oh, it's a microbrewery.
Yes,
I
mean,
guess that's cool.
But at the same time, this is like 10 years too late to be like edgy and cutting edge of, oh, hey, microbrewers are popular. Let's join in on this process. Whereas like, I don't know. I've hit the point with like microbrew too, where it's so oversaturated. I can't deal with another brand.
All right, so let's look at they've got 3 craft beers designed specifically to be enjoyed with music. Now, I hate that design. Like, really, like you're telling me that what did they do that made it more musical? That's stupid. But they've got the 3 brews are Amped Up Lager, a Full Stack IPA, and Jim's Treble, which is a triple blonde. It boasts Marshall's signature attitude, with the latter packing as much character and inspiration as the iconic Jim Marshall. Blimey. Okay, whoever's writing this thing, that's who I'm mad with. I'm not even mad at Marshall for making it. I'm mad at whoever wrote this. Marshall beers are available now from Williams Brewing Company. Yeah, we'll see.
It seems, actually, I'm softening my stance. This seems like a licensing deal. It doesn't actually seem like Marshall's behind this.
No.
That's some other...
No, they're teaming up. I mean, that's my whole thing. And that's another thing, too, is like the Eric Clapton phone, you said it's HTC or whatever, through T-Mobile. Like, it's just a licensing. They're just letting them use their name, and these people are, they're getting a cut of money, and that's, they're letting them use the Marshall name, and that, we're talking about it. So it kind of worked.
Yeah.
At least we're talking about it. The one thing I don't like whoever wrote this flipping, let's see, from Total Guitar, Michael Ashley Brown, I'm coming for you. But I don't like who wrote this article because it's just cheesy. It's already like a gimmicky product. Don't make your description of it even more gimmicky.
It reads like the label that's on the beer right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the labels, the look of the beer is, it's got the Marshall, it looks like a Marshall cab.
Actually, the label's fine.
I don't like it.
Really?
I wish they would have left the cab look off of it, or maybe it's the lettering up top, the giant gold lettering, the bold, like all caps.
All saying rock and roll craft beer.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
I fully expect to go to a Hard Rock Cafe and order this now.
Okay,
that's where they'd serve it. That and like at Epcot.
Yeah, no. They would serve this at Hard Rock. Actually, you know what? But that would be good because I think would sell like crazy. If they're like you want a Marshall beer, you're at the Hard Rock because bring me one. Let's try it.
Yeah.
But
hopefully they spell rhythm right on the guitar. That's at that Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh my gosh!
Or spell Gretsch right in an elevator in Chicago.
I always wonder who's in charge of some of this stuff.
It's an architect who's messing it up.
Spell check, people. It's not that hard.
AutoCAD has spell check now. There's no excuse.
Okay, so all right, how about this? What was the worst gimmick thing that you've ever seen? Like the worst dumb product?
Oh gosh. I think maybe the Marshall fridge might be the dumbest of all of them.
Yeah, especially considering you can get like mini fridges like under $100, under 200, and this is what.
How much was that one? Like 500?
Yeah, 3, 4, 5, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was. All right, looking at it, I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
because I mean, it's shaped like a stack, and you're like, oh, that's interesting. But the price tag didn't. The price tag made it lose its cool feature.
Yeah, not for the price. If it was like half of whatever it was, yeah, I probably would have like grabbed one for the music room just because it's, Marshall branded. It fits what's already in the room, but why do that when I can just go buy a black mini fridge from Walmart for $120?
Oh,
and like buy a hollowed out
and put stickers on it
and just put one in it.
Yeah, do that too.
Yeah. I have to say, the one thing that was kind of gimmicky, and I can't remember who did it. I think Fender started getting into it. I think they copied the product, but it'll always be the necklace that held the pick. Or you know what? That's it. It's the metal pick necklaces. I think Fender and Gibson have both had them out.
I mean, that was such an emo girl thing to do back in the day, though. Like, I knew so many people with pick necklaces.
I hated them.
They got a pick from a show, and they're like, "I'm going to turn this, whatever."
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't mind that. That's okay. It's these two. It's the ones that are the gold metal,
the branded.
It's not even like it's branded. It's like Fender, and it's the necklace, and it's like, okay, we get it. You love guitar so much that you have to have a necklace around your neck at all times. And then the other one, I still hate the necklace. My wife got me one, but she doesn't listen to the podcast and she's not in here, so she won't know about this. She got me one. The rubber edge that you put your pick in and you wear it. Like it's the necklace. Yeah, those bug me.
Yeah, at the same time, I have a Gibson branded one that sits on my keychain that holds a pick in it, and I have no qualms carrying that around.
Well, if it's a keychain, that makes sense because that's
a keychain's not bad. Yeah. I mean, I've got a Gibson. What they gave them out at whenever we did the Gibson tour, the pick holders, the leather pick holders.
Yeah,
you mean the thing I literally just described?
Well, I'm not. I thought you were talking about the rubber one. You didn't specify it as the leather
thing too, not like a leather.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
mine's the leather one we got in NAMM. It's sitting on my keys right now.
I still use the Gear Supply one.
I got rid of my Gear Supply one.
Yeah, I got rid of mine too.
But if we say it 3 times, will they launch a temporary website?
Gear Supply.
I still I still think that there's someone behind that.
Oh, look, there it is.
I think that there's what? Did you find your Gibson one too?
No, I found the Gear Supply Co. temporary site that we talked about.
Yeah. I still think someone's like playing a giant joke.
No, I here's the sad part. I legitimately hope it's coming back. And it's going to be run as a legitimate business, and everyone who has pending orders get them filled. That's what I actually hope.
I would.
I'm skeptical as all can be, but I genuinely hope that's what's going to happen.
Lifestyle brands.
Yeah, crap.
Oh.
They did that too.
That was their big thing.
Yeah, like that could potentially be a good example of a company being a lifestyle brand because it got them out there, it got them business. Everybody like wanted to try to be involved with that.
Yeah, I bought a hat with their logo on it. You know,
Hats, shirts.
I've still got a hat. I've got shirts. I've got a mug.
Yep.
I've got all of it. I still have one of their keychains hanging up that I use for a spare set of keys. I mean, yeah.
Like they did that right.
Well, not in the long run.
Not in the long run, yes.
No, they did their branding wonderfully.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Yeah.
Their execution of the business towards the end there was
Abysmal at best.
At best.
Yeah, it was a failure. It was a failure of a business at the end.
Yeah.
And now that I'm thinking about it, like the more and more I have just kind of a line that I'll cross with labeled and gimmicky things. I have T-shirts from multiple companies that I wear constantly. I have mugs from different companies that I will carry, that I will use. So I mean, like, it's not like I'm against, everything being branded and having associated brands, but it's just like, you ever meet that one guy who's like, he's a Ford guy or he's a Chevy guy, and literally their whole house is just Chevy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you drive up in like your Toyota Tundra and he's like, should have got a Chevy. And he's like rubbing his belly. And you're like, what? Are you hungry? What's going on over there, buddy?
He's drawing attention to the Chevy t-shirt that he's wearing.
Yeah.
I just want to use
one that's got the barbecue stains on it.
Yep.
from 2 years ago.
I just want to point out that I used a what's the name for that? I created an example that Diaz was able to relate to.
Is that supposed to be a country reference?
Yeah, all my Chicago references, you guys are like, what the hell is a train? People ride
but
trains?
it took you like 30 seconds. It took you 30 seconds. You're like, what's a brand that Diaz will know? Hold on. Chevy? Ford?
No, it's
Walmart?
It's just
Waffle House?
The whole Ford Chevy truck thing is just old as time. That
Found on Road Dead. Yeah. Oh my gosh. If you do drive a Ford, I apologize.
Yeah.
Because
how dare you?
You don't drive a Ford.
Wait, does Michael listen to the show at all? In his little fusion? A buddy of ours.
Oh. If he doesn't, why isn't he?
Yeah, why aren't you, Michael?
Just steal his phone and have it auto download the episode every week. we can double our listeners. But yeah, so does anyone else have anything to say on that?
No, I think we actually did some good comparisons there.
I'd be happy to try the beer and change my mind. So Marshall, feel free to send some over.
Yeah.
But
I feel like we should just do an episode of like we just list brands and we just follow it with feel free to send something over.
Yeah,
because we all know we got into podcasting for the free stuff.
Joel Corte,
that happens
feel
all the time.
free to send a demo of the Therme over. I'd be happy to review it for you.
Yeah, Mike from Analog Man, feel free to send me a Prince of Tone or some cool fuzzes. Line 6, feel free to send me a full-size Helix.
Who's the third power?
Oh.
Third, yeah, everyone. Now we're just
Good
making
job.
a wish list. yeah. All right. So yeah, good.
Speaking of things to throw on your wish list, String Joy strings.
Yeah,
There you go.
I was getting there. I was pulling it up.
Ooh, I should change my strings this
Hey,
week because I'm playing.
No,
Sunday.
but for real, String Joy. If tell your friends that's what you want for Christmas. Is a box of strings. I'm not sure if they have gift cards.
I think they
So
do.
don't quote me on that. Huh?
I think they do because I think I did a giveaway of the String Joy gift card a while back.
I think they do. Ask for a String Joy gift card. Use it. Have fun. But once again, check them out. If you have any questions, get a hold of them and let them know what you're looking for. Let them find the right set for you. But thanks for joining us. Leave us a review on iTunes. Follow us on Instagram at The Effects Loop. Join our Facebook group at facebook.com/group/The Effects Loop. Check out our YouTube. If you have any ideas for topics, something you want us to talk about, Or if you got like a cool new product that we might not have heard of that you want us to talk about, email us at theeffectsloop@gmail.com. I think I got them all, didn't I?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo! Professionals. Thanks for joining us for the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz.
I'm Chris.
I'm Marissa.
And I'm Scott.
Have a good one, guys.
Boy.
Bye, guys.
Adios.